What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another watch list video. Happy Tuesday. Get a nice gap up right now in the after hours in your Kospi, a gap up that I will personally not be chasing. Obviously on the back of your Samsung, which you come into the support gap, where you made a huge gap over here. You came into it yesterday. You found support at the top of it. You bounced, and then you had a gap up right now, which is getting just having a little bit of a pull. SK Hynix, same thing. Obviously, you can look at the recent IPO, SKHY, which had, a 28% day today. Or obviously, you look at the actual SK Hynix, you come right into the prior low, you undercut it with a nasty close, and then you kind of dip back, or you get a nice little pull and then you rally back through. Whatever, you get your undercut rally, your big reversal bar, your hammer candle, and now we're getting a gap up pretty much into the 50 days. So obviously, like I said, won't be chasing this. Koru, I thought yesterday was pretty interesting. I didn't talk about it yesterday. I tried to make yesterday's video super fast, and that's what I'm gonna try to do for every video. So maybe I just need to talk faster, whatever it is. But I mean, total destruction, massive, like 50-60% move into the 200-day, and you get a big bounce. That was a nice mean reversion long setup. But besides that, right, you had the SK Hynix new IPO. Looking at the markets, right, I look at ES. ES looks like a super nice flat base VCP, right? Your volatility is definitely contracting on something like this, and this looks absolutely perfect, right? So super interesting. I threw SPXL on my list. I'll go over the SPY as well, but NQ, just looking at the futures. NQ, same thing, right? You're nice to move back above the 50 today, and looks like it could be possibly trying to build a higher low again. You know, this one, the volatility isn't contracting as good as your SPY, your ES, but NQ still looks fine. It looks like it's trying to build a higher low. You had a nice improvement. I mean, not insane, but a decent improvement in breadth today from yesterday, at least, right? 300 stocks down, only 100 down today, and more up than down. So just overall stocks, like looking at that, super interesting. I'll look at Pradeep's as well. Same thing, a better breadth day than yesterday for sure. So that is definitely on the interesting side, right? Your QQQ. You got back above the 50 today, which is nice. Kind of found support almost at the 50. Looks like you did try to build a higher low here. We kind of closed right on that support gap, and then we gapped up. So it was nice to see us kind of hold it in the most volatile way, but that was super interesting. Your SMH, the same thing. You get back above the 50 on a gap up. You kind of find support around it. And now we're trading above it, which is interesting. DRAM, similar thing. You gap up and you close through it. So, and memory gapping up in the after hours. Kospi, it looks like we're probably going to be pushing over this. So we're well above the 50 hopefully by now, which is, it's nice to see, right? The SMH still super choppy, whether you look at Intel, Marvell, all those ones, not my favorite. I did throw one semi on my list because it looks like the recipe for a perfect nasty close, undercut, and then possibly a rally back through support tomorrow. This is what I'll be watching on ARM. I think it's a nice mean reversion type of long setup as far as an undercut and rally. You close below the 50 for 2 days. Can we get a really big, you're going to gap up right now in the after hours, so can we gap up tomorrow, push right through the prior low, and then get back above the 50? I think that'd be super interesting for a undercut and rally setup, right? You look at the weekly, it's kind of just, volume's been drying up. It's kind of the pullback that just pulls back forever, but we're at support. We got a nasty close. Maybe a lot of people are getting rid of this as it loses to 50, especially in a big way, the way it did today, about down 6%. So definitely interesting, but I will be watching this for a rally back tomorrow, right? The SPY had a super nice day today, right? An inside day. It's above all the key moving averages. It's building a nice little base. So I did throw SPXL on my list, right? It's the 3X SPY. So nice inside day. I'll watch for a push above the prior day high. Obviously in your SPY, I won't even be looking at the SPXL, but I'm staring at the SPY for a push above the prior day higher out of the little mother bar for an entry if that would want to work. I could go with TQQQ, but I'm definitely keeping an eye on it, but it's not on my ready list. So we'll have to see. EWY. Not a bad rally back through support. Obviously, it's going to look like your Kospi. DXY, kind of like a failed little flag breakout today, and it's starting to lose a 20-day right now, but it did hold above it today. It's kind of just had a lot of wicks on the bottom down here, but price is not really going anywhere, and you had kind of a nice rejection today. So interesting. We'll see what can happen, but losing the 20-day for right now, definitely be interesting to see if it can hold that. The crude oil, right? You get back above the 200-day on Monday, and then just like a little barely a little push today, and then you're coming right into a resistance gap. I expect to find some slowdown into this area, but I mean, you look at PBF and DK and Velo and Dino, like these names look insane. They're making absolute massive moves out of bases, and there's some of them are starting to go pretty parabolic, or just getting close to starting to take off parabolically. Bug, right? Your cybersecurity, all these names I talked about yesterday. You had your CrowdStrike, which was a beast today. This is a name I own. Offer to set up today, even too. Your FTNT, new all-time highs. Okta, super nice. Palo Alto, I did buy this one today. CrowdStrike, I just talked about that. RBRK. Super nice. I threw this on a list still. You're still in a range, and inside day tomorrow will be super awesome. Just continue to build up this right side, and continue staying tight and continue building a super nice tight range would be super interesting, because when the market starts to get going, I bet RBRK will get going, even if, even before that. So definitely super nice. You can even throw on QLYS, right? Your cybersecurity name, big move today. TEND, another one. Maybe getting your smaller cap stuff. Another big move today. And even Centennial One, right? S is, up 8% almost, or 7.5% on the day. So the group's strong. Cybersecurity is definitely the leading group. Mag still continues to look really good, right? Nvidia had a nice day today. It's kind of sitting right under the October 2025 highs. But super nice inside day, or not the greatest inside day yesterday, but it was an inside day, so I couldn't have been negative on it. I'm pretty sure it was on the list yesterday. You could have watched for a washout, and it gave a super nice you get the washout, and then you get the VWAP reclaim 620 setup, and then it takes off the whole rest of the day. That was super nice. So if you were able to get that, good work. Amazon, I think, looks really good. I threw this on the list. It's building a flat. It's building a nice little base down here. It's like a cut base right out the 200 days. So it looks nice. Continue getting tight in here. I think it looks awesome. I will watch above today's highs for a spot. Just to break out of this little base. But you got the 50-day, the declining 50-day above your head. So same thing as NVIDIA. Let's just push through that if we can. Let's first get through the prior day high. But Meta, right, you get back above the 200-day, and it's finally starting to digest for 2 days. So just continue letting this digest, but it was nice to see it get back above the 200-day. Apple, one of your leaders. For sure. Recently, it's kind of just been chopping around, not doing too much, but sitting right under a new high, and it doesn't look too bad. Just continue building out the right side and get more tight would be interesting. ARKG, I think, looks not too bad, right? You make a big move up, you pull into the 20-day pretty much, inside day today. Definitely interesting. TXG, absolute beast today. Just pushing higher, definitely the leader. And then Eli Lilly is also in that genomics ARKG group. Super nasty day today. I got shaken out of this one the first second of the day, so would be nice to see this one like just power back, shake people out today, and then power back through the 20-day tomorrow. Well, definitely something I'll watch. I just want to keep an eye on it for sure. I felt like throwing Ethereum on here, right? You are peeking your head right out of this little base that's been trying to build, like a 4B setup type of base. So we'll see if this can be a sustained base. You did have Bitcoin kind of like a pushing out on a weekly, like as an undercut and rally. So definitely something I just want to continue to keep an eye on. Not anything I'm going to be trading. I don't know what a vehicle would be for me. Like Circle looks like shit. It's just making new lows every day, possibly coming into a certain area of support. So I don't want to short it, of course, but definitely not something I'd want to trade. Coin, same thing. MSTR, same thing. I just don't know how I feel, right? But it's nice to see the group said about WGMI. Felt like I mentioned this thing is a complete piece of shit, right? This thing is cooked, right? You got NBIS with the meta news, and it gets destroyed on that. Whether that news, you look at that in a good way or a bad way. I personally, obviously, you look at it in a bad way. It's not supposed to be good for NBIS, even though I think the news is bullshit. Then you had Wolf with the news as well. That was supposed to be positive for it, and it got destroyed. And then this morning, you had CLSK with some positive news, big billion-dollar deal for a data center, and it got absolutely destroyed from the open. So that group is absolutely cooked. Should not be looking for setups in a super weak group, right? Leave that group alone until it can act better. Amazon, I talked about. ARKG, I just wanted to throw that on there. ARM is an undercut and rally. BB, you had a nice day today. It wasn't too bad, right? Not my favorite, right? You held the 20-day. That was a nice reversal bar. I would say an inside day tomorrow would be pretty nice. The weekly looks good. It's in that software group, so it's definitely something I want to keep an eye on, but I just want to see an inside day tomorrow. I think that would be super nice, right? You could look at this in so many different ways. But either way, it's been holding up really well. It's got a bunch of software names behind it, and I think, yeah, just an inside day tomorrow would be super interesting. Don't want to talk too much about that. BRKR, right? It's in a nice group. Health Technology, I think that's going to be your same group as your GH was the name I own, acting awesome. Triple inside day. This came in on my inside day scanner, and it's looking not too bad here. I don't think it's bad. It moves 4% per day. It's a little bit slower, but it is decently liquid. So I will watch for a push above today's highs. Super nice tightness for sure. DDOG, I did buy this one today. Acted super nice. I bought this one as an opening range break on a 1 minute chart. Call me crazy. But yeah, it acted super nice, gave super tight risk. And I think an inside day tomorrow would be awesome. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing's gapping up tomorrow and pushing higher. This group's so strong. It doesn't want anybody. I can't even say it doesn't want anybody to own it because I mean, these names have set up so many times, right? I mean, CrowdStrike would give a perfect higher low setup. And then it went sideways, built a nice mini base, broke out of the base. Perfect pullback to the 20 day, gave a spot at the 20 day, and then gave a higher low setup today. So many areas to get in these names, and they still look phenomenal. They're holding up the best. They're definitely leading right now. DDOG looks awesome. So an inside day tomorrow would be super nice, but either way, continue to keep an eye on it. My eye on that. I own it, so super nice. GEV, you're still above the 50. But I don't know. I debated putting this one on the list. Definitely not my favorite weekly chart, but it is sitting under some sort of base. Almost looks like it could be like a cup with handle. Pretty sloppy though, but you did build a higher low right off the 50, and you're still above the 50, so there is some relative strength there, but this action sucks. I mean, it almost reminds me of like looking at AMD. Like AMD's been holding up really well. That's really all it's got going for it. But like this action to me is just so bad. I hate this action. It's so choppy. It's so volatile. I don't like it. It needs to just continue getting tight. Maybe pull into support. That'd be an area I'd watch. I have so many areas I'm watching on this name. I'm going to continue to keep an eye on it, but I don't know. GEV could probably take it off the list. Not my favorite name. HIMS, right? It's in that healthcare type of group. You come into the 20-day inside day and then another inside day inside Friday's range. So a push above today's highs would be super interesting. Another one that you could possibly have gotten today and maybe have a little bit of cushion and could see a gap or a push tomorrow. But it's holding up so well. It's in a nice group and it looks awesome. Hood, kind of same thing where you recently get back above the 200-day like HIMS and you're finally digesting. Hood, same thing, right? And this one's got like financials. If you want to consider it a financial name, right? It's like a capital markets name. You can consider this like a software application name. Some software names have been acting awesome. So Hood, double inside day, super nice tight day today. We'll watch it push above the prior day high. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing's capping up. Look at the weekly chart. You have an inside week. It's building out here in a nice way. I love the way it's digesting, so I'm going to continue to keep an eye on this, but ultimately above the prior day high. RBRK, nice consolidation. Continue building out the right side. Looks good. Reddit, another one, double inside day. You get back above the 200. You're finally digesting. Keep an eye on these type of names. These names are starting to look really good. Maybe I don't know. I just an inside day again tomorrow or just a push above. I don't think it's going to get an inside day. I don't know what I'm saying, but just a push above today's highs / Monday's highs, or even just a break out of this little flag or mini base, whatever you want to call it, that's building. Super interesting. SanDisk, right? The king of the memory. You're back above the 50. You built a higher low. I just want to keep an eye on this one, see how the action is the next few days, but I still think it doesn't look too bad. It's trying to build a higher low. MU, like these names are just too volatile for me right now. They're just the action's so whippy, right? The best time to buy these ones was at them coming out of their perfect bases or after the markets fall through day when they're back above the 50 and they're starting to go sideways. Like the action was perfect in there, and then these things made a big move and now they're super volatile and acting like shit. So but I just want to keep an eye on SanDisk. It's the king of the memory. The weekly chart, massive hammer candle, massive shakeout, and you still have an inside week. So I just want to continue keeping an eye on it. Continue building out here would give me more clarity. SPXL I talked about, and I felt like throwing VKTX on here. Nice inside day today. Not my favorite setup, but you kind of make a big move up above the 200, go sideways, try to break out, and this is like your squat, and then you get an inside day today. So I'll just watch above the prior day high, but not bad setup here, right? It's in that group of health technology, right? Like BRK or BRKR. So definitely interesting. Some back burner names, CBRS. I'll continue to keep an eye on this over the prior day's high, but I mean, this name's so beaten down, but it is software. And another bad thing is Kathy owns it. So who knows? AMD, like I said, I'm going to continue to keep an eye on this. Marvell, going to just continue keeping a close eye. Not a close eye, but I will watch to see if it wants to push back above the 50-day or just how it's acting. I don't mind these weekly charts too much, right? They're just low volume's drying up and they're just falling. So they'll find a bottom eventually. I don't want to be the one to catch that exact bottom, but when they do bounce, I want to start to pay attention to them. Whether this Marvell gets back above the 50, I definitely want to keep an eye on it. Affirm, not bad, right? You're definitely in an uptrend and you're definitely going sideways here and building some sort of sideways actions. I just think this thing was buyable earlier, so not my favorite, but still looks pretty good. B-Fly, could throw this on the list. It's in that right health technology group, but not the best day today. And overall, not my favorite chart, but it is interesting. It built a higher low. Continue to get tight here. Maybe some more clarity there. I think RXT looks like a good short. I don't know if I'd go ahead short in this one, but I mean, you make a horrible, disgusting 33% move down, and you're just 3 days tight. This looks like the most simple bear flag ever. So just watch for a short. And then Tesla, another one to me that looks like a short, right? You make a nasty move down. You've been consolidating. You have an inside week. I don't know if it's going to pop higher. It could. So, you know, this thing could break either way, but I mean, it's just not my favorite look. It's just building lower highs right into this area down here. So not the best, but it's got earnings coming up. And the last thing I wanted to say, which I forgot to talk about some things in here, right? GS had a massive move. I mean, when do you ever see GS making a power earnings gap like this? But for every GS, you have IBM. So, you know, there's earnings season right around the corner. So my goal right now is obviously continue staying super focused, building my lists, paying attention to everything that's going on into the market, but being super patient right now. That way I can preserve, you know, my mental capital, my physical capital, and things like that. So I am prepared and ready for that earnings season. But I will catch you guys in the next one. I appreciate you all for watching. Peace.